Hey everybody, I hope you're having a nice day while you're watching this. It's time for another 5 minutes with Mr. Graham, so let's full screen our presentation real quick. We're going to be talking about the area of triangles and parallelograms this time. This is a little tougher than squares and rectangles, so let's start our timer and get started. First thing you should know about triangles is that you might have two kinds of triangles. You might have a right triangle, like we see here on the left, or basically other type of triangles like we see here on the right. But luckily for both triangles, the way to get area is the same. It's base times height divided by 2. That is, guys, seriously, pay attention. That is like the formula, alright? That is it right there. Base times height divided by 2 at the end. Make sure you don't forget that part. Sometimes kids forget that part. They get lazy. No. Don't forget that. Don't forget that. So in our right triangle right here, the area would be 6 times 5, which equals, come on, times tables, guys, come on, 30. And then if you did 30 divided by 2, that would get you 15. So the final answer in this is the 15. It's not 30, it's 15. Because we did base times height, and then we took that answer, and we divided it by 2 to get the final answer, 15. Yup. Same thing with triangles like this, except you might get tricked on a triangle like this. You might think this 11 is the height, but it's not! It's not the height! This diagonal line is not the height. I always tell kids, when you measure your own height, do you stand up straight and tall, or do you stand up diagonal to measure? No, you don't stand up diagonal to measure your height. You stand up straight and tall. So height is a straight and tall line, like this dotted line in the middle. 10 is the height. And 7, that's the base. That's not surprising. So, the area of that triangle would be base times height divided by 2. So 7 times 10, which will equal, come on guys, 10 times tables, come on, 70. And we got that 70, and we'll divide that by, come on, we just talked about it, divide it by 2. 70 divided by 2, what's 70 in half? It's 35, guys, it's 35. So the end answer is 35, because we did 7 times 10, base times height, divided by 2, equals 35. And this just goes to show you how important it is to have, like, automatic times tables and division skills, because as a big kid like you are, you have so many other things to worry about. That multiplication and division times tables, it has to be automatic. So if you're not an automatic kid yet, we got to work on that. We got to keep working on that. Parallelograms are actually a little bit easier because it is base times height once again, but you don't have to divide by 2. Forget about dividing by 2. I already crossed that out. So where's our base? Well, our base is the line that goes across either the top or the bottom, doesn't matter. This time we have the top. They tell us it's 12. And our height, do you think the height is this diagonal line? Or do you think the height is a straight up and down line? It's the straight up and down line! The height is never a diagonal line. Like I said before, if you were standing next to me and I said, oh, how tall are you? You would stand up straight. You wouldn't go like, oh, let me lean over and fall down. No, you would not do that. So, the height is the straight up and down line. So the area of this parallelogram, the area is 12 times 4. Do you know your 12 times tables? I hope you do. It's 48. And unlike a triangle, you don't have to divide by 2. And guess what? We get to talk about that a little bit. We do. You see, triangles and parallelograms, triangles and squares, they're connected. Here I have 2 identical triangles, and over here I have 2 identical triangles. They are the same to each other. And you might think, okay, so what, Mr. Graham? But look, the area of one triangle, I'm telling you, is 33 centimeters squared. And if I rotated this triangle and I connected it, I would make a square. Could you tell me what the area of this whole square is? Remember, the area of one triangle is 33. So this square is like two triangles put together. So wouldn't you just have to add 33 plus another 33, or 33 times 2, and get 66? Yeah, you could do that. In fact, if I took this triangle off and I put it over here to make a weird shape, even though the triangle is in a different place, it's still the same triangles. So if I told you one triangle is 33 centimeters squared, how much would the entire parallelogram be worth? Still 33 plus 33, which is 66. Same thing over here, guys. I'm going to go ahead and tell you, I'm going to flip this, whoop! And I'm going to tell you that the two triangles together that make a parallelogram, look, that's a parallelogram now. A triangle is two parallelograms. It's two of them smushed together. Alright, so I'm going to tell you that this parallelogram, the area is 50 centimeters squared. Couldn't you think about that for a second and tell me what the area of just one triangle is? The triangles are the same, and if both of them together equal 50, then couldn't you just do 50 divided by 2, or 50 in half, to get the area of one triangle? What's the area of one of those triangles? Come on, the whole parallelogram is 50, so just one of those triangles will be 50 cut in half, or 50 divided by 2. It's 25. Maybe you're not good at this whole division thing, and that number's too big for you. Okay, let's pretend the area of the parallelogram was 10. That's a much easier number to work with. Alright, the area of the whole thing is 10. So what's the area of one of those triangles? The whole thing is 10. It's basically made of two triangles. So if we took the whole thing of 10 and divided it by 2, couldn't you figure out that one of the triangles, the area is 5? Think about it before you go, oh, it's too hard. It makes perfect sense. Two identical triangles can make up a parallelogram. So one of those triangles would be half, or divided by 2, of the total area. Listen, guys, we're over our timer, and this is a big concept to understand. Hopefully you use this as review. If you need more time on it, I hope you're willing to pay attention in class for it. Or you can replay this video, or always ask me for help in class. That's all the time we have for now, guys. I hope you enjoyed the area of parallelograms and triangles. I'll see you next time. Thanks.